Oi, oi, welcome back to the Martin Litka channel, Wiggly Flat Thumbs. Today we're going to talk about and ask the question, what is so important about Sweden? No, really, what is so important about Sweden? Now, here is a chef, as you all know, hurdy-gurdy chef from the Muppets, who doesn't love a bit of chef. Let's ask him, what is so important about Sweden, chef? Oh, IKEA! IKEA! No, ABBA! ABBA! No, Nobel Peace Prize! No, really, what is it? Well, we can't tell you. Maybe Martin Litka will find out. Okay, maybe I will. Okay, here is chef getting crazy on the pumpkins. But the good side of that is there will be pumpkin pie. Did you know that all flags, most flags of the world, if not all, incorporate fragments of the Swedish flag? Were you aware of that? Okay. So the cross, well, it's everywhere from Nordic nations to Vatican residuals. The colors themselves, well, you get the blue, which represents the sky, the water, the ether, if you like, and the gold. The gold represents solar resonance or harmonic truth. Replicated not only countries, but also maritime emblems, standards, ancient coats of arms, all repeat, and royal standards all repeat this. All fragments of the Swedish flag. That's curious. Even though the layout echoes fragments of Sweden, there is no clear connection between any of these nations. So, what is the importance of Sweden really, then, guys? Let's just think about that for a minute, shall we? Now, Sweden, it's never been included in any of the wars or COVID. Well, there has to be a reason for that. So, we're going to have a little dig in and find out what is the secret of why Sweden is so important. Here is the Stockholm Exposition of Sweden, a beautiful country and the best standard of living in the world still till the modern day. And they exhibit beautiful architecture, some of which we're going to look at and go through in this post. Interesting that they had the biggest telephone tower and network in the world as early as 1886. So they're highly technologically advanced as well. But they had neutrality. Oh, let me just point this out. Sweden's architecture is also replicated, or the same architecture. Okay, let's just stop there for a minute. So yeah, why is it that Sweden doesn't have to get involved, in any wars? Well, since the Napoleonic trauma apparently Sweden had in 1809, Sweden adopted a strict neutrality policy. That's nice. Shame the rest of the world didn't get one of them. Avoiding any direct contact with any wars over 2 centuries. So 2 centuries of no trouble, or no involvement directly from Sweden in any wars, including World War One and World War Two. Okay. Now, it's curious that in World War II, Sweden was officially neutral, yet it was known that they supplied the Reich with the iron ore necessary for its war machine. And what was the Allied response? Did they retaliate knowing this? Nada. Not a thing. Okay. So, like Switzerland, guys, there is an autonomy where they do not have to get involved. The two countries of the world that doesn't have to get involved with any wars. Now, it's lovely, this neutrality policy, because in the past, they had these big ships. They were a very powerful maritime nation. And before then, apparently, Vikings. Look at their quality of this ship that is in exhibition in Stockholm. Ooh, Spaghetti skywires. Okay, this was their telecommunications in the late 1800s. Absolutely fantastic. I think something else going on. Anyway, so COVID. Switzerland didn't do COVID. While the whole world was locked down, Sweden stayed open. No masks, no school closures, no forced quarantines, nada. And what was the result? The lowest mortality rate in the whole of Europe. Everything just kept on going. Now that is curious. Look how beautiful Sweden is. Look at these crazy mud roads, but these beautiful Tartarian-esque, shall we say, buildings. Okay, let's move on. Excuse me. So my voice is a little hoarse today from my partying at the Rise Above weekend in Bournemouth all weekend. Still not got my voice back. So this is from a Kirster book. And I've always been really intrigued with these Kirster books. And 18th century, but what they show is Scandinavia. But if you look closely, excuse me, bloody hell, would you excuse this cursor problem? Okay, let me get that right up. So you're giggling, aren't you? Scandinavia. Okay, so you can see Sweden here, but at the top of Sweden in Lapland, you have what is apparently a subterranean tunnel that runs all the way from the North Sea, all the way under Norway and Sweden, and then runs all the way through Finland to here. So is that a reality? Why are they showing massive tunnels that we don't know about? No, I know Scandinavia, Norway, and Sweden, their military and in tunnel systems. We see this all the time, don't we? Excuse me. And then the Norwegians got Svalbard. Could it be that there's a connection with the Hyperborea? No, really. If you are aware of the book, The Smoky God, and the voyages of Olaf Johnson, Swede, who went to lands beyond the North Winds, the Hyperborean, the mythical, so they say, Hyperborean. Here it is. We have many maps. Mercator even mapped this. But what you notice with the Hyperborean is it's the shape of a cross, isn't it? And in the center of that cross is Mount Meru. And around it, this ocean, regarded on many maps as the Tartarian Ocean. So there's a mapped continent, or four continents, four islands, with the shape of a cross in the middle of them, in apparently where we think the North Pole is situated, north of Scandinavia. There's a more Hyperborean maps, and this one is showing a connected Hyperborean continent. So whoever these people were on there, which there is some records of in some books, or narratives about in some books, were connected to the mainland of Tartaria. Okay. Hyperboreans. Again, Hyperborea on a 1593 map. Same exact cross, same four continents. Again, this is more Mercator. And it's got Mount Meru, Axis Mundi in the center. And why not? Our compasses all point to the north after all. Interesting that Greenland or Gronland is also seemingly connected. And all of these islands here, I can't imagine what ones they are, but Svalbard is sort of situated here. Probably the remnants of what was here, maybe. And here's some close-ups. So, this is Asia and what some regard as Tartaria. And what you can see here is interesting, and on the American side, which is only a hop, skip, and a jump across, is California region. California, up in the north of Canada. Interesting that. And the four continents and the four rivers that run into the center. Okay, interesting as well. There's a land of people called Gog, like Gog and Magog. And also on the Hyperborean, Tartar village is also mapped. Look how many buildings are on the Hyperborean. Anyway, there's another book as well by, excuse me, Olaf Radbecks, and his theories were absolutely incredible. They're of a Gothic Hyperborean fusion that is in Swedish historiography. Okay, Sweden then could be the last echo of a pre-reset civilization, a remnant of what could have been a whole northern utopia with sacred architecture, with its roots in divine neutrality, which they practice apparently in the modern day, which was at one time across the entire plain. This river is 37 miles in width and remains frozen for 3 months of the year, is what it says there. Interesting that they get winters and it freezes over. So, yeah, while the rest of the world in history sort of has just chaos, Sweden, well, they just have the best standard of living. I know they've got the same troubles as everywhere else at the moment, but they have still got the best standard of living in Europe, a beautiful infrastructure and a beautiful society. That's for sure. And they don't have to they don't get involved anymore, or any of the other stuff that the world shouts at people. So yeah, pygmies live here. Yeah, 4 feet long at the top, which they call skrelingerers in Greenland. Interesting. And there is the correct map of Earth, the flat and stationary Earth. And this is Tartaria. There's a lot of it, isn't there? It's not very far from America. Right there. And on that map, you can also see the Hyperborea. Polus magnet. The magnet is below your feet. So, super interesting. Somebody went to the effort to blow that up. And this is in a beautiful flat Earth map, which has put Mount Meru in the center and all of these lines that are coming out, which would suggest to me this is a suggestion of electromagnetic propagation and other lands beyond, is what I think. With that map, whoever made that map knew what was going on in this place. These pictures are from the Smoky God book I mentioned earlier. Olaf Johnson and his father go to the lands beyond the north wind, where it was as warm as a spring day in Amsterdam. That's what they said. So they were taken before what was the high priest. These are very gentle and caring giants in long robes and silks, as you can see. And they had a strange language. See these silks, these hats? I'm very curious about the visitors who stayed a while and then left. Read The Smoky God. It's one of my favorite books of all time. This gentleman, this serene gentleman, his photographs on the internet, and he is what we might regard as a Mongolian from the area of Tartaria, and he has got the same clothes on as the Hyperborean, and he's a giant too. The same silks, the same sereneness to the face, same silks. Could he have been a Hyperborean? I don't know what to say about that one. Look at these. Kind giants, too spiritually advanced to be warring, but if they wanted to. And their civilization buzzing and humming with active antiquitech. In a golden utopia that still got elements of that we can witness closer to the modern day. These are the late 1800s Gothenburg in Sweden. You can see a big old juicy star fort. And the date is I694. I694. Make your own mind up what that date is. So let's have a look at their architecture. Ooh. It's nice, isn't it? Maritime port. Beautiful spires and nice big piazza type affairs. But yeah, a watery world. Not too many people in these photographs, though. But you can see the architecture is very fine indeed. They did have an exposition, I think, in this place. I've got maybe photos for. Okay. Yeah, it's not too many people about, is there, in these photos, if any, really? I think there's some there. Yeah, coaches there. Okay. And they have beautiful weather as well in Sweden, don't they? So, what do we really know about Sweden? Not too much, really. ABBA, like I said. The Nobel Peace Prize, that's a curious thing, isn't it? From the inventor of dynamite, Nobel. And then they name a peace prize after it. Never get my head around that. So, yeah, Gothenburg looks quite well to do, doesn't it? And a nice big crystal palace where they can grow stuff if the winters get bad. That's what I think. Look at that. I see, that's my vision of what Tartaria was like. Canals and, what happened to the sky, I do not know. And this looks very cartoonish, doesn't it? There are shadows on the people in sort of the right direction. Okay. Yeah. Vanilla skied that, didn't they? But yeah, still like mudflood attributed. But yeah, a beautiful little world. Very Venetian with the canals, isn't it? But that's how people are accessing the world, through canals. And the canals, they covered them all over. And they're starting to open them back up again, especially in Cardiff, which was just covered in canal systems. Now they're just opening them up. They covered them over in the 50s. Now they're opening them up because they look pretty. Oh, there's a fair few peeps there. This even looks like it should be in Venice, doesn't it? But yeah, it looks really clean. Fresh fish every day. Cod. Yeah, so Utopia. Oh, shit, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? The sea provides. Yeah, it's really big antiquity as well, isn't it? The buildings are really, really large. They do look mudflood affected. A couple of people around there. Nice churchage. And a town square. Statue of Gustav Eiffel. No, it's not. So yeah, the port. Yeah, look at these things. Yeah, it comes down the hill, cuts that window in half, that window in half, that window, and and the windows get bigger. So mudfloody. It's unbelievable. We've got panoramic. Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, that is such a Tartarian feel to this place. So yeah. Could they be even still connected with the Hyperboreans if they're there? Look at this place. That looks like a prison or something. Fort, military fort at one stage, they would have said, I guess. So, just move on. Yeah, back to flags. I've always had an interest in flags. This is the Welsh flag, and I don't even know if it's actually incorporated. Maybe it's the only one that isn't. But it says, you Google it, that every flag in the world is incorporated in the Swedish flag, which is quite mind-blowing to think that that is the template for all world flags. Anyway, apparently. So yeah, you can see that it is a dragon and it is standing up, maybe on two legs, but it's definitely standing upright. And this is back in the day. I can't tell you how many years ago this Welsh flag is, but in the modern day, oh, it's J.D. Vance in the 1950s. There's the next president of the world. Oh dear. Okay, what's going on here? Things just went mega strange on us, didn't they? It's not unusual. It's not unusual. Okay, so what you find is Tartary's flag, as you know. They got this thing on there. It's got two legs, though. It hasn't got really a back leg, more of a tail twisted. But it's facing like this way. But I'm guessing if it was on the other side and the flag was facing that way, maybe it would look like this, the old Welsh flag, which you can see that the dragon is now not upright at all in the modern day, but standing on 3 legs with just the one, not standing upright, but just with the one leg up. So I don't know when that change came in. Very curious. So yeah, I don't know much about Sweden really. Let's have a little look. So knowing me, knowing you, aha. Yeah, Sweden. Yeah, my father was a Swedish subject and lived in just outside Stockholm. Used to see this lady at the shops every morning. Said she was really, really nice. And ABBA, very strange, but yeah, Tavistock and the lyrics, name of the game, and other songs, which are actually a little bit sinister when you think about them. So yeah, let's have a little look at what was going on in this day and age. Got a bit distracted. The EGs. Remember them? Yeah, no. That's why there's only one of them left. Delight. Ding, 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 ding. Only the one record. God, wasn't the world really groovy in the past? Look at these groovy clothes. Now, I get away with wearing this, no problemo. Probably nobody would even bat an eyelid. So that's good. That's what we need. Oh my God, Nolly Nazavaroni and fucking Bonnie Langford. God help us all. Yeah. What do you want to do when I come back in another life? Do you want to come back as Frank Zappa? No, I'm happy as me. So I want to join this band. Let me know in comments what you think about my post. Let me know if you think I should join the Marties. Look at the Marties with them really tight pants on. Think I should join them? Do you think they give me one of those uniforms? Let me know in comments. Okay. Blue Pizza. John Noakes, Valerie Singleton, the one with the fucking Pam Hayes hairdo, and Peter Purvis. Oh, and Shep. And Shep the dog. We love Shep the dog. Can't remember the cat's name of Blue Pizza. Maybe somebody can tell me in comments. That's a curious poster. So yeah, look at the normies back in the day. There must have been a splatter after World War II. He's still in his fucking D-mob suit, isn't he? And there they are. When the world went from black and white, monochrome to colour, splat. And then they're like, what the hell are they? It's been a shock for the system. A bit like when punk rockers came along. Like, what the hell are they? Pants people. That was a great thing, wasn't it? Anyway, that's been me for today. Oh, here's ABBA. Knowing me, knowing you. Touching me, touching you. Yeah, no. Say no more. There she is. Olga. Whatever his name is. Angelica. Yeah, I know. So here's Tavistock's finest chicks. Back in the day, we got Joan Jett, and we got down at Devilgate Drive. Susie Quattro, I really liked back in the day, but my favourite of all time is Debbie Harry. Do you think I get Debbie Harry on a podcast with me? I doubt it very much, but because I'd really like that. She does podcasts, you know. Wow, it's such a sinister world. Anyway, let me know what you think in comments. I will be back, Marticus, Flat Earth Briticus, very, very soon. So much love to you all, and let me know what you think in comments. I'll be back. Flat a date with lots of news, actually, and what I've been up to. So, see you soon. Boom Shankar.